Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the game room. So this is basically a bonus episode. So when my friend Steve sent me the original limited run games long box cases, um, as fate would have it, a company on Amazon called VGC Online um, had their own versions of replacement long box cases for the PlayStation and Sega Saturn. So once they went active, I ordered 2 boxes. Those boxes have actually arrived earlier than I expected, so they're in front of us. So just like limited run games' long box cases, this is going to be a one take live in front of you with you, opening, unboxing, recasing, and seeing what's going on. So let's do it. Just like the other long boxes, I bought these myself. These are not donated or given to me, so hashtag not sponsored. The only thing I have done is remove the address label. So let's do it. So right off the bat, obviously the boxes that they're shipped in are smaller than limited run games. And that is more than likely because they did not separate the trays from the cases. If you remember in limited run games' box, the trays are actually on the outside and then the cases are in the middle. So these are more than likely fully assembled or they're just really close to each other. So I actually ordered 2 because they were actually cheaper than limited run games. I believe limited run games was $80 for 10. These were $60 for 10. So I ordered 2 boxes just to test, how they would ship and so forth. So let's just get right to it. Handy dandy extractor tool. Cut open the tape. I actually have a different set of games to try out the casings in this episode because a particular set of long box games came to mind as I was setting up all the equipment again that didn't occur to me the first time. So that will actually be an interesting situation. So, all right. So, first sign of positivity with VGC Online versions is they're bubble wrapped. Now, between you and me, I can tell that that's like maybe 2 layers of bubble wrap. I was kind of hoping for a little bit more, but we'll see what happens. That's why I ordered 2. So we are going to dump this out very carefully. That slides right out. Very nice. All right, get rid of that. And, oh, very nice. Actually, I do like how they folded over the things to give a little bit of extra protection. All good. So far, so good. I'm just going to cut the tape right here. All right, so as I'm undoing this, it actually doesn't look like there's a... It actually looks like this was actually This actually looks like it was hand wrapped, so more power to those guys. Okay, so it opens up just like I thought it was going to. So basically, it looks like it's the double wrap, but like it's not one. It doesn't look like one sheet. So I'm going to do this and pull these guys out of here. Now this is awesome. The cases are individually inside their own cellophane. That's phenomenal. That basically right there more or less would eliminate the issues we found in the limited run game shipment where they were slightly scuffed in the middle 2 cases. All right, so we're off to a really positive start here. Get it all together. Okay, so quick run through. I bought brand new cases and cracked them all on the video. So let's take a quick look. Now, just like limited run games, there are no compact disc icons because licensing reasons. I really do like that these are in the cellophane boxes, or boxes in the cellophane bags. Let me just do a quick check to make sure none of these are cracked. They look okay. This looks okay. So far, so good. I'm already noticing slight different. Okay, so full disclosure. I am I wouldn't say I'm a doubting Tom, but I'm very evidence-based. And when I ordered these, I was afraid that they actually might be like the same source, like Limited Run Games and VGC Online were dealing with the same distributor or maker of it, if you would, by some freak accident. But I can already tell from just looking at these guys that they are not. These are actually two separate entities in the cases, and I'll point that out in a second. We look pretty good here, so I'm going to take 3 of these guys, and then we'll open this one in a second. All right, so we've got our 3 cases, clearly made in China, which is kind of funny. So they're basically self-sealed bags. Or not self-sealed, I can see the tape now. So they're tape bags. I'm going to pull these guys out. And looking good so far. Now, if you were wondering how I could tell right away that these were different from Limited Run Games' cases, give me 1 second. So this is how busy I've been. I never put the other games back from when I did the Limited Run Games one. So this will be easier to see if I can do this. Oh, perfect. Okay, cool. All right, guys. So the main difference you can tell between Limited Run Games cases and VGC Online's cases is if you look at the front of the case, you'll see the 3 circles all over the place on Limited Run Games. This was as it should have been with the original long boxes. But on the real long boxes, these were usually either clearly there or barely there. So I'm assuming that's just something to do with them pulling off the from the manufacturing process. With VGC Online's cases, as you can see, Limited Run Games is in the back. You can see that on VGC Online's, there's only 2 dots. So that's how you can tell the difference. As far as the build quality goes, and the comparisons, like, I would be shocked if they actually didn't go to the same manufacturer, because these both feel the exact same. There's both the same vibe. Like this feels good. Like this. I know in the original production run, this is actually VGC Online's second print run, and they clearly mark second print run in the Amazon page. The original shipment had a lot of issues with the cases not staying sealed and something else, which is eluding me. But so far, so good. In looking at... Oh, there's another thing, too. In looking over... Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so another thing, too, is in the Limited Run Games version, remember how we talked about there was no compact disc logo? In LGR's version, they basically just smooth out the area. So it's literally nothing there. In VGC Online's version, they smoothed out the logo, but they left the indentation. So that's another way you can tell that it's their version and not LGR's. So we're going to put Corpse Killer's information back. Or information, the manual. It is the information, though. And the surprise guests I have for you today are going to be True Pinball, D, and Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit is going to be our main one because it's just like the other one. It's got the 2 disc set like Nova Storm did, so we're going to test that right off the bat. D actually has a particular thing about it that Mortal Kombat 2, I believe, also has, and I will show that when we get to it. Now, I know a lot of people on the original video and on the Facebook group that was discussing this when I posted the video were saying how most people were just taking the original trays and transferring them over to the new cases, which is fine. You know, it's all good. I know the ones that I replaced, they were pretty gunked up from being pre-owned games, so it is what it is. You do you. It's all good. All right, so we're looking pretty good here. So this is the old case. As you can tell, it is just absolutely destroyed. I've had this for a long time. And we are going to take VGCs and undo it. Came out nice, beautifully. All right, so we're going to take the insert, place it in there. Oops, actually, this was Fahrenheit's original case. So we'll take that out for a second. Put in the replacement sleeve. Okay, this actually snaps in easier too, which is a good sign. So as you can see, all good. All good. We're going to throw the disc in there. I feel bad. I actually sold off my 32X and all the games, and I kept this because of the Sega C version. Poor Fahrenheit. It's just all by itself. You know, he's got no friends. It's all good. All right, so we're going to put the manual in the case. Looking pretty good. All right, so first test. Single manual, no tray. All right, here comes the big test. We've got Fahrenheit's Disc 2 tray. And to make sure they do have the dots. They do have the dots. And we are going to place that in there. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so on their cases, I wouldn't call it a click, but I definitely could tell when the dots lined up with the hole. Now this one's actually a problem. That just might be me though. Let's see. All right, so we've got tray. All good, all good. All right, moment of truth. Nope. All right, so it looks like it's got to be the weight. Yeah. Okay, so it looks like, because yeah, these are all lined up. It's not falling out. That's still impressive as heck with how small those pegs are. So yeah, guys, it looks like even on VGC Online's, it doesn't pass the double disc test. But that all being said, look at how pretty that looks compared to that. Like that's awesome. And then throw the styrofoam in there. And we're all good. Now, this was a test of the standard double disc game case. So clearly neither VGC Online or Limited Run Games has that figured out yet. But the Saturn has a special problem. And that special problem comes in the form of D and Mortal Kombat 2. And if you don't own either of these games on the Sega Saturn, that problem comes in the form of the tray. For whatever reason, Acclaim decided that they were going to make their own trays on the Saturn. Like, there's no point to it. As far as I know, only MK2 and D have these bizarro cases. I'm almost positive all the other ones have actual normal jewel case or normal things. Now, because I'm a completionist freak, I do want to keep this particular case in there because it's not so much a compact disc logo reason. This is what they actually gave you, which is funny because they still use the standard double disc holder on the other side. So now we're going to test VGC Online's cases with this and see what happens. So we're going to open a fresh one. I'm going to have so many leftover trays. All right. I cannot express how much this pleases me. Like I love those guys. That was brilliant. All right. Now, actually, that had a good grip to it on the panel. All right. So we're going to undo this. And now, and what's nice is this will actually, at least in D's case, this will be a good test to see if the inner tray is affecting the second disc tray. So yeah, as you can see, guys, it's like literally just a shitty piece of plastic. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. So we're going to take... So I don't know if it's just the paper type or if D went through something, but like you can tell how it looks like is it water damage? It might be moisture damage from whoever had this previously. I never noticed this before, but as you can tell, it's got some damage to it, which I'd never actually noticed because the spine and the back look pretty normal there. So I would buy myself a replacement, but Saturn game prices are through the roof, so I'm good. All right, so let's get this guy in there. Oh. Hello. Wait a minute. Huh. Hang on a sec, guys. We've discovered something. So for whatever reason, it slides in and out of its original case more or less fine. And I can smush it down flat. But it looks like when I try and transfer it to the new case... Oh, now it goes. No, yeah. It might be because of the damage, but like it feels like it's a little tight. That might just be the water damage. We'll give that one. We'll give it a pass on that. All right. So with that in there, we're going to transfer the plastic tray. And she fits just fine. Let's see if it sticks. Oh, she fits fine, but she doesn't stay. And what's weird is I don't really see anything inside the original case that would shout out like, hey, this is why it works here and not here. So yeah, so not a good fit for the plastic. I'd be willing to bet this is the same with the limited run games situation. So that being said, let's take out our second disc. Wow, yeah, this is a really bad copy. When I was collecting PlayStation and Saturn games originally, I was in the, like, I have to buy, 1,600 games across both systems before variants. I wasn't that picky, and I'm starting to realize that maybe on some of them I probably should have been a little bit more picky, especially with, like, D's poor instruction manual is missing the registration card. All right, guys, so we're going to slide that in to there. And then we're going to take good old Mr. Second Disc. I really like that you can hear them snap into place on these ones. All right. And, oh, hello. Wait a minute. Okay, so are you kidding me? So, if you open the case, the Acclaim plastic tray falls out, but then if you close it, it stays in place. What is going on? So what have we learned? We've learned you should probably replace all of your games with Acclaim's shitty plastic trays. That's what we've learned so far. That's hilarious. That's absolutely ridiculous. But it does look a lot better. Like the problem is you can still see the kind of like a wrinkly of the unfortunate damaged insert. But how do you believe that? Like it is trying to fall out like by that, but like it's holding on. Like what is going on? All right, so we're gonna put that to the side. And then our last victim is True Pinball, which is in a terrible, terrible situation. So we're going to get that one out. And then just to test the original trays for people that like their compact disc logos. God, look how dirty that is. Like, isn't that disgusting? 25 years later, man. Jesus. All right. This was the spare case. Got another plastic baggie. What's kind of interesting, too, is I guess if you actually save these bags, you could actually put the games right back in if you wanted to. So they'd be pretty, I mean, they probably wouldn't look that great on your shelf, but I mean, you technically have a case protector. So, all right. So we're going to take the spare one out. And we're going to take the original insert in. All good. The original tray with the compact disc logo. Ah, there we go. Now, what's interesting is the original tray, when snapped into the VGC Online, snaps in as fierce, quote unquote, for lack of a better word, as LGR's replacement trays into their replacement cases. So if you are looking to keep your original trays, you're all good there. All right, so we're gonna slide this in here. Yeah, so literally both cases, their only big concern is the double tray, which I wonder if that would be a problem. So quick thing. So a lot of people when you buy games, for whatever reason, this case I guess eventually falls out. I've actually seen people just store it inside the tray like that, just sit there like that. Let's test something. Oh, actually, that doesn't like that. What is this? That's interesting. So it looks like, yeah, it doesn't. Ooh, it really doesn't like that. So we're gonna fix that eventually. So don't do that. But it holds otherwise. So essentially, and just to prove a point, see what it looks like. If you were to put it back in the bag, and then if you were to retape it, it would look like that. So maybe not that great, but you know, it is what it is for those that are looking to protect their cases. This reminds me of seeing people get WADA and VGA graded games, but then they keep the graded case inside the plastic bag. It boggles my mind. All right, guys. So that is probably not that great of an idea, but otherwise, I am fairly impressed with VGC Online's long box cases. They have the exact same results as limited run games, but the main difference is they were $20 cheaper before shipping, and they were packaged much better. So I would probably go with VGC Online's cases if you're looking for replacement cases. That's not to knock limited run games, but you know, clearly these guys were not messing around when they were shipping the cases out. So if we grab a limited runs case, yeah, it still falls out. And we grab case limited run, VGC Online. As you can tell, they are literally pretty much spot on to each other, except for that tray difference in how they handled the lack of compact disc logo. So yeah, so there you go. In fact, now that I'm looking, there actually is one small difference that I never caught before. So, give me 1 second while I fix this poor thing. See, actually, I didn't know. I forgot I had these out. So, going back to the limited run case, the pegs they sit in the holes, but they don't snap into it like they did on VGC Online's cases. Like, I'm gonna pull this out real quick, just to kill the curiosity. Yeah, that's a huge difference. Holy cow. Okay, it really doesn't like that plastic tray though. So for whatever, oh, it slid with that. It wasn't attached. So for whatever reason, it looks like, okay, so it for whatever reason they don't like the plastic Acclaim trays, but it looks like on limited run games one, the only other real difference is if you look closely, the the hinge dot, or peg, I guess, look at the difference in size. D is the VGC Online one. This one over here is limited run games. So aside from that, there's not much difference. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, between the two of them, I would probably go with VGC Online just for the cost difference. Like, $20 cheaper. I bought 2 boxes. That's $40 saved right there before shipping. And then on top of that, you've got the smaller form box that clearly did okay. And that being said, the final test will open up the second box to see if 2 separate boxes shipped to the same address, if one has damaged cases or not. So let's get to that in a sec. All right. Untouched box. Extractor. All right, definitely not a fluke. Same wrap job. Same wrap job. I'm gonna have to edit out all the times I hit the microphone. This is so bad. This is why I don't do one take, unboxing videos. All right, so we're looking good so far as the tape catches hold. More bubble wrap for eBay auctions. All right. Up, and this is why I bought 2 boxes, guys. All right, so one, good. 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 All right, guys. So 9 of the 10 are fine in box number 2, but literally the first one I grabbed, which would have been one that was on the edge of the box, yikes. Yikes indeed. So in this case is, oh, yeah, even the whole, yeah, this one's trash. So, oh shit, it literally just fell out. So even with the double wrap job, it's clear it's going to need some more love. Like this case is literally like, I can't even open it. There you go. Like, it's literally destroyed. So two shipments, 19 of the 20 cases arrived fine. So that being said, trademark, copyright, I would probably still go with VGC Online's cases just from a cost perspective, and even with the extra protection and the bubble wrap, for it to still have a cracked case, it's clear that neither two parties have it figured out yet. And I do know, I think it was Josh from Limited Run Games was specifically bringing up the problems of how many cases were getting cracked and shipment, blah, blah, blah. I think both companies have half of the equation to getting the perfect shipment. And that is VGC Online's bagged to protect from the scratching of each other, and then in Limited Run Games have the shells in the middle with that cardboard packing around it, with maybe like a little bit of bubble wrap around the perimeter and so forth. And I think that would be absolutely perfect. And knowing full well that with bubble wrap and plastic baggies, these were still $20 cheaper than Limited Run Games, I'm pretty sure LGR could swallow the costs, absorb the costs. That sounds bad. Absorb the costs of some bubble wrap and plastic baggies, and I think their shipments would be the perfect shipping ideal with VGC Online's wrap jobs. So there you have it, guys. It's just an amazing time to be with the PlayStation. I will save those comments for the 25th anniversary video, which is in 3 days already. I will see you guys then. Take care. I'll have the link below for both for VGC Online's Amazon page. Take care, you guys. Leave your comments below. Have a great one.